Welcome back. So today we will be making some vegan chicken cutlets. So today we will be using some chickpeas and some soy-free tofu that I had left over. It's about a half a block for our meat substitute. Now you want to save some of your aquafaba when you wash your chickpeas. Save that to the side. We're basically going to add all of this ingredients into the food processor. I'm adding nutritional yeast, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, creole seasoning, paprika. I'm also going to be adding some poultry seasoning and a little bit of that aquafaba into the mix. We're going to give it a good mix. I put mine on the dough setting, and you want to add your aquafaba until it reaches like a dough-like consistency. So in a separate bowl, we're going to make our dry and our wet mix. So for the dry mix, we will be using some vegan breadcrumbs. Make sure they are vegan. We, of course, are going to season them up. So I will be using some of the same seasonings. So I'm going to be using some creole seasoning, some pepper, some paprika, some garlic powder, onion powder, and this time I'm going to actually use some Italian seasoning. And you want to give that a good mix once you have it all together. Now we're going to slide this to the side and go ahead and make our wet mix. So for our wet mix, if you have seen our cauliflower wing video, same concept. So we'll be using a half a cup of flour. We're going to season the flour up basically with the same seasoning, some creole seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, pepper, and some Celtic salt. You want to make sure you are giving that a good mix. Now to make this wet, we will be using some cashew milk. Of course, you are able to use any plant milk that you have in your refrigerator, honey. If you like almond milk is fine. However you want to do it, but cashew milk is what I use and cashew milk is what I had, so that's what we'll be using today. Now you want to continue to add this to the flour mixture until you get like a pancake batter like consistency. You don't want it to be too thick because you don't want your patties to like stick to it, but you don't also want it to be too watery. So you definitely want to just continue to mix until, like I said, it's like a pancake batter, like a thin pancake batter. So next we're going to form our little patties. Of course, we are going to be doing this by hand. Now from the photos that I've seen, chicken cutlets are kind of thin. They're not thick like a hamburger patty or like a regular chicken patty. So you want to press these out until they are like super thin, kind of like when you beat the meat or whatever. I know that sounds crazy. Anyway, dip it in the wet mix, then dip it into the dry mix or the breadcrumbs. You want to make sure you are completely covering these. You want to make sure they are completely coated because this is how you're going to get your crispiness, because of course the inside is going to be soft, kind of like chicken. Okay, you follow me? That's where we're going. So as you can see, I'm pressing the mixture down thin. Okay, you want them thin. That's the point of the cutlets. It's because they are thin and not thick. Anywho, when you are dipping into this wet batter, I find that it was still kind of sticky, and so I just used a spatula to guide me through the process to kind of flip it into the batter and put it into the breadcrumb mixture. But like I said, you definitely want to make sure that they are completely coated, okay? So once all of them are coated, you want to line them up on a pan. Yes, I am using foil. So if you don't like foil, don't use foil. But baby, that's what I got, so that's what we're using. I line mine up on the foil, and you want to use some avocado oil or whatever type of oil you like to go ahead and sprinkle on the top. If you have like the spray oil, that would be perfect. And then pop these into the oven on 400 until they are crispy to your liking. This is how I wanted mine to be. You also want to make sure you are flipping these halfway through the process, because you definitely want to cook and crisp both sides. Now then we're going to plate it up. Baby, I made a whole complete Sunday dinner with mine. I made some rice, gravy, and some cabbage and cornbread, and I did put gravy on top of mine. So does that make it like a country fried steak? I don't know, y'all, but it was delicious. You definitely have to try this recipe. As you can see, I topped mine with some gravy. It was delicious. I want to thank y'all so much for watching to the end of this video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.